Alright, so I'm in the car. Brendan just went inside. We're staying at the Intercontinental. He went to go see if we could check in. It's about 12:30. Usually you can't check in till like 4 o'clock, but we're hoping we can get in because we have a bunch of things. It's just better when you can check in and settle in and then go. But just in case, I'm ready to go for the day no matter what. I got my Stunner shades. Want to check them out? These are like the Ice Cube, I think they're called, glasses. I think they're so cool. Gotta go behind my ear though. And then yeah, but this trip, okay, I should say this. We go to New York. We try to go once a year. I've pretty much booked a trip to New York every September for his birthday, and we pretty much have went a lot together. So New York is a special place for us. But this time, Brennan did book the hotel, put it in my calendar that we're going this day, and he also planned a bunch of things. He said that we have a day planned, so I'm like, oh my god. So I don't know what to expect. So it's Christmas in New York, so we're gonna go see the tree, all the beautiful decorations, and that's something we've been talking about we wanting to do together. So we are here. But he also booked what do you call it? We're going to see like the Rockettes. It's like a Christmas something, and it has the Rockettes in it and a bunch of different other really cool things. So that's not something he would usually do. So me and Brennan are here in Central Park. We're taking a break because my legs are tired. And why did you want to take a break?
My stomach was a little full.
Probably because you had a lot of rock stars and not enough food.
Yeah, I was a little caffeine full.
Our most primal ways, they won't be refused. I've tried to tame her. I go wild over you. I go wild over you. I go wild over you. And I've heard you talking to the moon.
This one. It happened! I said in the car that I thought it might happen, and Brennan proposed today! I am officially a fiance. And we're at a beautiful restaurant right now, having dinner. Well, we just had dinner, and we're about to ask someone to take a photo for us, and then we're gonna walk back to the hotel. So, I'll tell you guys all about it later. All right, we are here to do a Q&A. We are recently engaged as of December, what was it?
12?
December
13?
12th? We'll check. But it was right before Christmas time, as you can see, for the new engaged couple. I should probably share. This is actually from my parents. Read it? Oh, we just picked these up randomly and we got the right ones.
Okay.
Alright, so I have a bunch of questions that we're going to answer, and we haven't planned them or anything like that, so we're just going to go with it. Alright, so the first question is, how long did it take you to plan the engagement? That's for you, Brennan.
That's a tough question because it was an ongoing planning, ongoing evolution of ideas, and I finalized the plan in the last week. So I think that process took 3 or 4 years while we were in a relationship to kind of get ideas together and put things in my head and your head and kind of test the waters. So I guess the final minutes might have been the last week before, but it was always ongoing.
Oh, so this is something you've planned since you started dating?
Yeah, I would say in the beginning of dating, when I knew that this was going to be a long-term thing, forever thing, I kind of always planned it out, so.
Did you ever think you were gonna propose before the date that you proposed? Was there like another month or another year you thought you would do it, or was it like this was the time for sure?
I talked about the summer a few times, but it's never a perfect time. You know, you want to set it up where it is the perfect time and the perfect season, and the perfect time is that moment and making that moment perfect. So my suggestion is to find a location. If you want to do a photographer, a videographer, plan that out, plan a nice dinner, and enjoy that moment, because nothing else other than moment matters.
Were you surprised? I was surprised, but at the same time, it was something I knew was going to be coming eventually. And when we decided to go to New York, Brendan took a lot of initiatives, which it's not uncommon for him to take initiatives, but I just had that gut feeling that this could be the time. He wrote in my planner, New York trip, which was kind of like, huh. And he also planned the restaurant, which is something I typically like to do when we go away, just because I like to pick like the cool new spots in the city, and Brennan went ahead and booked it. So that's when I was like, all right, let me plan accordingly to this. Did you like the ring? I love the ring. I actually did look at rings before our engagement. It was something that we knew we were going to be doing, getting engaged and getting married one day. So for us, it wasn't something we didn't expect to happen. So we did look at rings. I was surprised by the ring that I was drawn to. This is the cushion cut ring, which I know that there are so many different kinds. And I thought I would like maybe a circle ring or just the diamond. I didn't think I was going to like the cushion around it, but I tried on a bunch and I would compare the rings to each other, and it just kept on going back to this one, and I just really, really love it. But there were a few other rings that I liked, and I showed Brendan them, and I basically told them it's really up to him which one he picks. So they were like, I liked a bunch, and I had a feeling Brendan would pick this one because he has more of a, I don't know what you would call it, not a gaudy style, but he likes a little more pizzazz. And this one definitely had a little more pizzazz than the other simpler rings I tried on. So, but when I did see it, when he opened the box and proposed, I loved it even more. I forgot completely about the ring, what it looked like, and how it would look on. So it felt like a surprise when I saw the ring. Why did you pick New York?
New York was a very special place for both of us. I grew up going to New York with my mother around the Christmas time season every year. Spent some time going there and seeing friends in college, and then when me and Margaret met and we started trotting around, shooting content, trying restaurants, enjoying ourselves, New York just continued to evolve into not only the greatest city on earth, but the greatest place we spent our free time as little socialites.
Oh, socialites. We actually just came across that word recently again, and we were like looking it up, so. I would say the same thing. New York quickly became a special place for us. We lived an hour apart, so every time we would get together while we were dating, we would stay at a hotel or, go somewhere, because eventually, after he'd come to Boston a million times and I would go to Swansea a bunch of times, it was just, we wanted to try new places, so we always were traveling, and we ended up in New York spontaneously so many times, and it was just very special. So maybe the first year we were officially going out, he had asked me where would you see yourself getting engaged, and I said New York. And so that was kind of the one thing that consistently stayed throughout our relationship. New York would be the place, but at the same time didn't have to be, and there were other special places.
We've been planning.
Well, we have to ask the question, have you started wedding planning?
We've been planning and throwing out ideas on what an ideal wedding for us would be for a long period of time. And we've been planning as of recently kind of how we envision what that would look like and how to put that together. But with COVID and just only being a month and a half into our engagement, we are really trying to enjoy the engagement, come out of this tough time period, hopefully in the spring, with some opportunities to travel a little more and do a little more local research on what would be a great place. And we might even do it in a sunflower field. We'll just see what happens.
We have basically just talked and thrown around ideas and what would be fun and what we'd like, but we haven't did any official planning. Although some people in our lives have been so nice to give us wedding planning books, wedding planning things, just so we can like stay on track, but definitely haven't started really reading through any of it yet. What is our ideal wedding? So we kind of talked about that.
Yeah, so I think an ideal wedding is something that we enjoy and gives people that we are friends with or our family members a new ideal experience that they have, that they can look back to where they had fun, and embodies what me and Margaret are in our relationship and who we are and what we believe in. And it shows people a way to do a wedding where it might not be the traditional style that people are used to, but with traditional styles, it gives an opportunity to be creative and create your own tradition. And I think that's kind of what we've done with a lot of things, and we're going to create something cool that everyone really enjoys and feels like they had a great time in that moment.
Yeah, I think weddings are a reflection of who you are as a couple, and me and Brendan have always been unique in our own right, so I think people around us wouldn't expect anything super expected or traditional, so they're right, it's not going to be that, and if they don't know that, it's just not going to be. But I personally am not looking for something grand. I really just want something that is special. I'd rather be a small wedding, to be quite honest with you, but it definitely is going to be something that represents who we are, and we want to make sure we do not let anyone else's ideas and opinions of what a wedding is supposed to look like interfere with that, and I don't think we have that problem.
No, because we keep doing what we think's best every fucking day. Every day.
With not doing things traditional also makes things a little bit more difficult to plan because it hasn't always been done that way.
But I think we got a great wedding planner, and if she's watching, she knows who she is. And she is in New York.
Oh! Where are you going?
Rearrange it.
We're sitting on the floor because, long story, my tripod was acting up, so now we have it with one of those, like, what do you call these? They're like the things that like tie around a pole type tripods, so yeah, we're in a weird position. Will I be taking Brendan's last name? So yes, I will.
Of course she will, because it's like the Kennedys. Just look it up. Griffin is similar to Kennedys.
Okay. Griffin. So the only thing is I will be Margaret Griffin, which I think is really formal for me to accept. So I'm gonna have to give myself a nickname, or you guys can help give me a nickname. Growing up, I've had a bunch of things that people have called me, but introducing myself, I've always given Margaret, because that's just like the most common thing I'm called. But yeah, I'm gonna need a nickname.
She's gonna be Vigor Griffin.
Not Vigor. But I think I'll probably hyphenate my name, just with everything I do with social media and stuff, and just, I don't know, it'd be hard to just completely let go of Cresta, so I probably will hyphenate it, or make it my middle name. I hear people do that too. All right, that's really all the questions. So thank you guys for listening in, and we will take you along this journey with us. I'm definitely wanting to have a wedding sooner than later. I'm not looking to postpone it forever, but I don't know what we're gonna do. I think ideally we'd like to have it in the fall, but it doesn't mean it will be this fall. It could be the next fall.
But it won't be the next one. So
it won't be the next one. So it's either this fall, which is kind of soon, and I'd have to get my butt into gear. But then we are also open to just the following fall. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Super Bowl Sunday.